Hi. Welcome to our second celestial probe, and the Venus broadcast distribution returned. We are happy to have you all here with us again at #Interstellar Observatory number 7, our world and beyond. Come along with us.
Second celestial probe. The Venus broadcast distribution. In order from our Sun, the Interstellar Observatory number 7 after Mercury, we come to Venus, knowing people have studied the stars since the beginning of time, as we yet again do now. Knowledge was not broadcast in previous years as it is so freely now, but even still hidden in the second chapter of our observation, open to all who find interest and read. Like a hypocritic oath lost in history will be what we've discovered this summer of 2023, because the evolution of knowledge concerning ourselves in relation to the universe must be maintained before upgrades are afforded. So, what we know of our world and beyond we've mapped out here for others' broader perspective of what research we present. From the pyramids in Egypt to those in the Americas' study of the cosmos, where space and time rule out everything but the here and now, our perspective becomes an only position as we speak out to identify what we see, describing it in hopes others may see as well. The earliest astronomers were certainly priests, or more accurately architects, who, understanding our Earth's relation in time, could predict and even schedule what ordinary men thought to be phenomena. Venus is the system's second closest satellite to our Sun, and personified in a Roman goddess that translates to Aphrodite in Greek. Astronomy matriculates to mythology, and with both astrology is better understood.
The second closest satellite to our Sun, Venus is also the second in volume, the hottest in our solar system, the closest to the Earth in mass and density, and in closer proximity to Earth than any other planet. Like Mercury, Venus has no satellite, but stands behind Mercury, flanking the vanguard of the movement of celestial bodies toward gravity and light. Bodies as such may be drawn to light as insistent as gravity, where we hadn't looked at it from that perspective, for nothing may be done without the anticipation of light. Venus has a solid nickel or iron core, and it is uncertain what the outer core of mantle is made of, but its crust is said to be a 50 kilometers thick layer of silicious rock. Being one of the 4 terrestrial planets, the surface area of Venus at 4.6 times 10 square kilometers is 0.902 that of our Earth. The diameter of the planet is a little more than 12,100 kilometers, or 0.9499 times that of Earth's. The mass is 0.815 of Earth's, and its density is a little less than 5.25 grams per centimeter cubed. Venus orbits rather quickly, doing so in just around 225 Earth days, while the rotation upon its axis does so in 1.92 days, where rotating about 117 times per orbit it travels slower than Mercury but faster than Earth. It is peculiar that it rotates about its axis, we wouldn't say in the wrong direction, but perhaps from an alternate orientation, may be better euphemism used. Orbiting at an average speed of just over 35 kilometers per second, it wins second prize for speed of celestial bodies in our solar system. With its aphelion just under 109 million kilometers and perihelion right below 107.5 million, the Sun's gravity pulls Venus' mass 1.5 million kilometers in tow. Venus' proximity to the Sun and aid by its atmosphere help its surface temperature reach the highest of any other planet in the solar system. Even hotter than Mercury, temperatures stand fast at 867 degrees Fahrenheit as the atmosphere traps and heat similar in greenhouse's effects. With her surface gravity at 8.9 meters per second, the escape velocity of Venus is 10.4 kilometers per second squared and 0.8 kilometers per second less than Earth's.
The planet Venus is personified in a Roman goddess of the same name, who corresponds to the Greek goddess Aphrodite. The goddess associated with love, fertility, adoration, beauty, and prosperity, Venus, in Roman mythology was mother of Aeneas, who in Virgil's Aeneid fled sailing from Troy to the Apennine Peninsula of Italy. Though him and his second cousin, Paris, were Persians of Troy, Aeneas, the first hero of Rome, is said to be an ancestor of Remus and Romulus, divine father and founder of the Rome. Thus, Venus through Aeneas, Rome's first hero, was the divine hand on which kingdoms and empires are claimed. Out of spite, when her beauty causes Zeus to desire earthly women, he put in the goddess a desire for man. One herding cattle in the hills of Mount Ida, Anchises, was to be Aeneas' father, while Aeneas would be recognized as a god, Jupiter indiges. Venus was either born to Zeus and Dione, Homer's Iliad, or produced by foam from Uranus' privacy severed and thrown in the sea by Cronus, Hesiod's Theogony. At any rate, in Greek mythology, perhaps due to her beauty, she is depicted as a somewhat promiscuous wife to Hephaestus, the fire god, one of the 12 Olympians and one of 3 on the Diacan sense.
Temples have been erected dedicated to the goddess since the 6th century BC. There is a temple of Aphrodite Kytheria at Kythera, Greece, which dates back to the 6th century BC and is of the oldest known in the Western world. A temple of Aphrodite was built in the 5th century BC at Acre, Corinth, as a sanctuary where men driven by nature relaxed and freely discussed problems in the real world with less concerned representatives of the goddess. In Rhodes, Greece, at Simi Square, a temple to the goddess was erected to worship her and pray for benefit from considering her graces. In Gerbeledesi, Turkey, Aphrodite is built in the 1st century BC and named after the goddess would function until the 7th century AD as protected by Roman Emperor Augustus would bring prosperity more abundantly. From these temples, social stars were mapped and plans for future destinations were prioritized by the amount of currency spent on travel.
Our system's second closest satellite to the Sun is personified in a Roman goddess translating to the Greek Aphrodite, whereas astronomy and mythology intertwined both define astrology. Venus is closest in size and proximity to Earth but speeds around the Sun at 225 days and holds a temperature of 867 degrees Fahrenheit. Named as a personification of the goddess of love and beauty, one of 3 on the DI consents chose a cowherd to whom she bore Aeneas, immortalized as Jupiter Indiges. Anchises must have been also ethnically handsome and ethically pious for Venus.
That's all the information we have for you this session on Venus. We'll see you back again Thursday for the Earth we call home mass text. 3 outgoing mail. Until then, farewell. And thank you for your time and consideration.